Hello everyone and welcome back. If you see by the title and the thumbnail, you'll know that it is official. The Idris is going flight ready tomorrow. The first day of Invictus, the long-awaited Idris frigate that some people have been waiting for 10 plus years is finally going into the hands of backers of Star Citizen. We got a little sort of trailer this morning for it. We got a little bit of additional information in regards to naming of the Idris. We're going to go over some of that stuff and just talk about it for a little bit for a couple of minutes. So if you want to see a couple of little things that I noticed in the trailer and hear about some of the new the updates for naming your Idris if you have one, then sit back, relax, and enjoy. So first, if you have not already seen the trailer, they said it was a behind the ships in This Week in Star Citizen. It's not really. It's really just kind of a little trailer for the Idris. Maybe we'll get a proper kind of discussion talking about why they wanted to put it out throughout Invictus. We'll have to see. But if you've not seen it, you definitely need to go check it out just on the Star Citizen YouTube channel. It's only like under 2 minutes, but it's just a really, really cool, well put together little trailer showcasing the Idris, the new laser weapon that's on it. I'm sure I'll probably have it playing in the background here as I'm talking. There's like one or two little things I noticed on during the trailer that I will bring up a screenshot as well of. So the one big thing that I did notice in this, and this may just be I wasn't aware of this, but this screenshot I have pulled up, we can see this is, as far as I know, this is the Idris P. We have the K-Kit missile turret up at the front there on the front mount, but we also have in this open area where I believe on the M, that's the missile room, we have these extended pod sort of things. Maybe this is how the torpedoes are fired and this is actually the Idris M. I'm not entirely sure. Just one thing I noticed, so if this is the M, this is probably what you'll see on it, and I do think at this point we're probably going to get the Idris M as well, so we probably will just have everything in regards to the Idris, new weapons, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if you happen to know on this, let me know in the comments. I just don't remember off the top of my head if this is the torpedo launcher for the Idris M, or again, maybe this is some other separate little thing that will be available to put on the Idris P as well. So now we did get a post from Synthwave about Idris ship naming. So apparently this is going to be part of the Idris coming out. You'll be able to name your Idris, but there is a little bit of a structure to it, and there's a couple FAQ questions. So we'll just go through really quick just so you're aware of this. So we'll just read through it. Hello everyone. As part of Invictus Launch Week 2955, we're introducing ship naming for the Aegis Idris. As has been the case with our previous iteration of ship naming, the Aegis Idris will now be able to display a player-assigned name on the hull. Ship naming rights for the Aegis Idris will be granted based on the date of the pledge that the pledge was acquired. On Tuesday, May 27th, we'll open up naming for original 2012 concept pledges and golden ticket holders before inviting the next waves over the following days. This cycle honors early backers and gives the new Idris naming system a chance to cool down between waves. If you are a proud pilot of an Idris M or Idris P, have a look at the wave overviews below to find out when you can name your ship. For ships that have been melted and reclaimed, the buyback date is used to determine the wave access. So, Aegis Idris naming waves. So for wave 1, May 27th to the 29th, starting at 4 p.m. UTC, 9 a.m. Pacific. It will be 2012 pledges plus golden ticket holders. So some of the very original backers who back in, over a decade ago pledged the Idris, I believe the Idris M, it would have been maybe the Idris P as well. You will be able to name your Idris at that time. Then Wave 2, May 30th to June 1st, also at 4 p.m. UTC. That'll be 2013 pledges. Wave 3, June 2nd to June 4th at 4 p.m. UTC, 2014, 15, and 16 pledges. Wave 4, June 5th to June 7th, will be 2017, 18, 19, and 2020 pledges. Wave 5, from June 8th to June 10th, will be 2021, 22, 23, and 24 pledges. And finally, Wave 6, from June 11th to the 13th, will be 2025 pledges and Invictus Launch Week 2955 pledges. So there you go. If you have an Idris, you will be able to name it at some point during that time. It looks like it'll be right when Invictus ends. They'll start that, and then for about 2 weeks after they'll slowly ramp out the ability to be able to name those ships. So, with the change to all ships by default just showing the barcode sort of thing, the serial number, this will, be a nice little thing. You can easily identify, oh, look, they have a named Idris. So really, really cool. All right, so now let's go over a couple of the FAQ questions. So how do I name my Idris? Our ship naming FAQ has all the info you need on this process. The naming itself is done via the hanger on the website. Names can be changed at any time, but your ship can only hold one name at a time. Can I change the name I've chosen? While you can change the name as often as you like during this iteration of ship naming, it's important to note that this is only temporary. Also, keep in mind that once you change the name, the old name is released and available for others. We are currently reviewing various options to limit the ability to change ship names infinitely, such as a cooldown or a small fee, similar to how handle changes work currently, as naming your ship is intended to be a meaningful and lasting decision. Why can't I see the name I assigned to my ship? Please note that if you log in during the patch that introduces Idris ship names before naming your ship, you may not immediately see the ship name you've assigned. If this is the case, the name will become visible with the next patch. Support staff will be unable to assist with this issue, so we ask that you remain patient until the name appears in a coming patch. Which variants of the Aegis Idris can be named? Ship naming will be available for both the Idris M and Idris P. Note that upgrade kits, and they note kits, which makes me think there's going to be more than just the K upgrade kit. We'll talk about that in a moment. Those are unaffected, and the whole of the Idris M or Idris P can be named regardless of any upgrade kit that may be applied. When will ship naming be available for other ships not listed? In addition to the Aegis Idris, a selection of other ships become available for naming with our initial introduction of ship naming. These include the Aegis Hammerhead, Aegis Reclaimer, Anvil Carrack, Crusader Mercury Star Runner, Origin 600i, and Origin 890 Jump. We're currently looking into how ship names will apply to additional hulls, so if you'd like to name a ship that isn't currently available for naming, this is something that will be addressed later as this work progresses. How will you prevent inappropriate names for ships? We have filters in place to catch inappropriate names and reserve the right to rename a ship that should someone circumvent our filters or use a name we consider inappropriate that's not automatically flagged. Can multiple ships have the same name? What if the name I want isn't available? The names will be unique per hull. For example, several ships can be named Belligerent Duck, but only one Idris P or Idris M or Idris P can have this name. An Idris and a Carrack could each be named Belligerent Duck. However, if you choose a name that isn't available, you'll need to choose a different name for your ship. Then finally, if I miss my assigned wave, will I still be able to name my ship? Yes, you will still be able to name your ship if you log in after your assigned wave, although the longer you wait, the more people you'll be competing with for your chosen ship name. We recommend using your ship name as quickly as possible so you have the best chance at reserving a name before someone else does. So there you go. So that's just a little FAQ on the naming for Idrises. So really, really nice little thing you'll be able to do if you have one of those. I come up with a little unique name for it, and just a nice little thing that you'll be able to apply for that. Now again, to note, the Idris, when they mentioned that the upgrade kits are unaffected, so I think right now there's the Idris K upgrade kit, where you get the size 10 laser weapon. I think there's some PDC options or something like that. There's a couple like remote turrets you get. Maybe there's one or two other things that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But I think that will probably still remain the same. But I bet they will add a new upgrade kit option for the torpedo module and possibly the other ballistic cannon turrets they have shown that we've seen a little bit of footage of. Maybe there'll be some other PDCs or other weapons packages you can buy as well. I would not be surprised. So look forward to, if you have an Idris, there'll probably be some more stuff you can buy. Some additional upgrade kits from the sounds of it. Now, another question to ask is, since it's going to be going flight ready, how much do we think the Idris will go up in price? Because typically ships, when they go from concept to flight ready, they have usually around a 10 to 20% increase of their price. Right now, the Idris P War Bond is, I believe, $1,300 US. The store credit version is $1,500 US. So personally, I would not be surprised to see that price go up at least $200 to $1,700 for credit, $1,500 for War Bond. I could also see it, maybe like 1,700, maybe to 1,750, something like that. But I think $200 is a pretty safe bet to see that price go up. It could go up a little bit more than that. But yeah, I think at an absolute minimum, $200. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know if you have any other thoughts on that in the comments. If you think maybe it'll only go up $100. Maybe it'll go up even more. Maybe it'll push it up to like 2 grand or something like that. You never know. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on that, make sure to let me know down in the comments. And as another quick reminder, I will quickly run over the schedules for when the waves are for the purchasing of these ships. So again, for the Idris P and the Javelin, they're going to be on May 15th. Starting on May 15th, the first wave is going to be at 1600 UTC, 9 a.m. Pacific. Wave 2 at 00 UTC, 5 p.m. Pacific. And wave 3 is at 8 UTC, 1 a.m. Pacific. I think they're spread about 8 hours apart. Again, each stock limited ship is limited to 1 per account. And depending on your time zone, the second and third wave may occur in the next calendar day. And then if you're going for the RSI Constellation Phoenix, that'll be on May 17th, the same times and all that for the waves. And on May 25th, the Drake Kraken and Kraken Privateer. It's very, very exciting. We don't know how many of these ships they're going to make available. I would hope that they make more of the Idris, more Idrises available to be purchased. Since it's going flight ready, there's going to be a lot more people that want it. And, if they make more available, they will sell them. I know it. I know for sure they're going to sell them. Personally, I've been kind of going back and forth on if I want to try and go for it or not. And I think I have settled on that I probably will try and go and get an Idris P. And then we'll see once we get the upgrade kits what there is available for that. But if I end up getting one, then I will definitely make sure to make videos for all of you to enjoy, testing out everything that we can. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff to test out with the Idris. How many of different ships can we fit in there? What different configurations could you do depending on what you want to fly? You could fit, all sorts of things in the hangar. See what we can fit in that little Argo bay down below. Testing out its combat capabilities, especially with the Idris, the K kit with the laser, the new turrets that they're going to have, the new torpedo module, all those sorts of things. We'll make sure to test all of that out. So wish me luck in the F5 war tomorrow of trying to pick up an Idris. We'll see if I'm able to do it. But that's all the major news for today. Again, it's a little bit of, we had the big trailer earlier, and then things will kind of go crazy tomorrow. Once Invictus starts, we're going to have the Grey Cat MTC that should be going flight ready, or drive ready, I guess. So we'll definitely be checking that out as well, seeing how it looks, how it functions, what use cases it may serve. We're also, of course, with it being Aegis Day, the Idris will be coming out, so if I can get my hands on it, we'll definitely take a first look around the flight-ready Idris, see if there's any notable changes that we have not seen yet otherwise on the Idris you can tour, and we're going to go ham all throughout Invictus, checking out all the new ships, new weapons, items, all sorts of things, the flight blades, you name it. We're going to check it out. So if you want to see further videos testing out everything that we're getting with Invictus Launch Week this year, feel free to subscribe to the channel to see that. If you enjoyed this video going over the Idris trailer a little bit and the Idris news and all those sorts of things, feel free to leave a like, as it also really helps out the channel. And until next time, I will see you in the verse.